So the man's come in with the wife, I assume, and the baby, and they were sat down by a new colleague. The new colleague didn't give them a high chair. Usually you're supposed to ask, but I think they assumed that they were just going to be given one anyway. That's when they got my attention because they were sat right behind me. My back was faced towards them. They got my attention. It was the lady initially, and she already seemed irritated. They asked me for the high chair. I started bringing it. Midway through me bringing it, I realised we're not allowed to put it in that area because that's where we run the food. We run the food back and forth in that area, and that was my station for that day. So midway through me bringing it, I realised we're not allowed to put it there. I told them I'll double check with the supervisor, which I did. The supervisor said we're not allowed. So I relayed that information back to the couple. At this point, the man got quite aggressive with me. He started swearing at me, saying I'm wasting his effing time to sit him somewhere the F else then. At that point, I said I'd be happy to sit them in another section, but to just give me a second. At that point, he said, you're a little effing girl. Why the F do you work here? Sent me the sum. So the man's come in with the wife, I assume, and the baby, somewhere the F else. So it's then I said, let me get my manager involved because I didn't want to deal with that. So my manager's come now. The guy's still shouting, being aggressive, arguing. The manager has just sat him somewhere else with a baby chair. I asked why we're still serving him to the manager. I was ignored, and that was that. Some time passes and we notice that the table is clear now. No one's sitting there. We all just assumed they left the restaurant. The manager's asked me where they've gone. I said, I don't know. We've all assumed they've left. I'm continuing to do my job and I get a thing on my screen to go to a specific table. It was a table in the corner of the restaurant to run their food. So as I'm going and on my way to give the food to this table, I noticed that there's 2 police officers already in the restaurant waiting for their food. So I've gone to this table now, and as I'm approaching this table, I noticed that it's the couple with the baby. As I'm putting the food down, I asked them, because they have moved somewhere the F else. Basically, without telling anyone, without informing anyone, usually you're supposed to tell someone at Nando's. I place the food down and I ask, are you not using the high chair then? Because they've moved by themselves without taking the high chair. It's at that point the man has picked up the plate and whacked me on the side of my head with it, and there was cutlery on the plate too. I didn't register what just happened. I remembered that the police were in the restaurant, so as you can see in the video, that's when I said I'm going to the police. I walk off and I go to one of the officers. There were 2 officers present, a male and a female officer. I first go to the female officer and I said, this man's hit me on the head with a plate. Sorry, before that, I'd just like to also add that at this point the wife is now chasing behind me, calling me a fat B word and repeating that as she's chasing me. With the officer now, this man's just hit me on the head. She didn't seem bothered. She said, go speak to my colleague, which was the male officer sitting down waiting for his food. I go to him and I say, this man's assault. Basically, without telling anyone, he has hit me on the head with a plate. He said, who? This fella over here? And I said, yeah. He said, okay, and he takes the guy outside, and my manager takes me to the back office. Whilst I'm in the office, I can see from the CCTV screens that the police let the guy go. So the male officer who took him outside basically let him wander off without taking any of his details, without taking any statements, without checking the CCTV. And I could see on another screen that the female officer was having a laugh with the wife and playing with the baby. At this point, my managers have seen the CCTV. They agree that this man needs to be arrested, and they ask for the police to come in to view the CCTV. The police have now viewed the CCTV. They realised they made a mistake, but the male officer asked me what I wanted to do. I said I wanted to press charges. The officers are now telling me that I'm not allowed to press charges, or that I can't press charges because I'd have to go in front of a jury of 12 to convince them that I was unprovokedly attacked. And apparently the man has told the police he's hit me on the head with the officer, that I threatened to punch him in the face. As you can see in the video, he's about a 6 foot something man, quite built. I'm just about 5 foot. It doesn't make sense. I point out to the officers that in the CCTV footage you can see that at no point there was not enough time for me to have even threatened the man before I got assaulted, to which the officer replied, well, there's no audio attached to the CCTV, so you can't prove that. We go around in circles for about an hour, or what felt like 5 hours basically, of them telling me what do I want to do. I said I want to press charges. They said I can't and gave me reasons as to why I couldn't, invalid reasons I had. I filed a complaint against the officers a couple of days later. Their supervisor got back to me and basically said They're humans and they made a mistake at work the same way you can make a mistake at work. The officer that I threatened to punch.
What's up, my family? Javen back for another show. I want to say good, in the morning after the carnival, you know, morning after the carnival, still feel a bit groggy, man. I drank so much yesterday. From my standards, I'm known, people that know me know that I'm a lightweight. I'm nowhere near heavyweight, so when it comes to drinking, so it don't take much for me, but I drank. I can't lost my. I only drunk. This is the thing. People say this is nothing, but I went to carnival yesterday. Big up. I drank vodka and Sprite, and I drank vodka and Coke, and then I had like a little, I think it's like a rum and Coke little bottle. So the first two had like, yeah, that was me. And those bottles alone, the vodka and Sprite and the vodka and Coke was enough to get me very like, bit like, you know, kind of stuff. Kind of annoyed though, because I kind of lost my other can of drink, kind of slipped out my pocket, and in the crowd, you know, there was no getting it back. But oh well, I'm glad that nothing else got lost, like my phone or my wallet, or anything like that. Because yeah, man, that was it. But anyway, big up to the subscribers, big up to the new subscribers that are joining this community and this family, and big up to the existing people that watch this show and support. You know, I love you every time. And I've got to say, please like this video. Yeah, enough of that for now. So what I want to do in this video, as you probably saw, I wanted to talk about, I want to provide an update to the waitress that got assaulted in that Nando's restaurant the other day. Because since then she's spoken out, and it's very, very concerning. Let's assume she's telling all the truth, by the way. And by the way, there's still no excuse for the assault, even if that's not 100% real. But let's go over to the truth. That's what her truth that she's saying, right? She's a uni student, so she probably works there like to support herself because she's studying as well. And she's explained how this is actually over a high chair. And guys, I actually got this wrong. This is by my standards. I'm very surprised I got this wrong because I said slapped, and I'm someone that's very attentive to detail. So even I got this wrong. Man hit her with a plate, or like he whacked her with a plate on her face, and in her words had cutlery on it as well. So like imagine you had like a knife or fork and then cut, and you could get cut, could poked in, you get hit in the wrong place, cutlery, fork, pierce her eye. Oh my god, horrible. But he's whacked her with a plate. That's not a common slap. That's I can't believe I missed that. And it's over a high chair. So basically, as you saw, so she obviously they wanted the high chair for their little one. They got told that they can't give the high chair in that specific area because of something to do with food in and out, whatever that's about. So they told that, look, we can get you, I have to move you the area. And then the guy goes on the whole rampant saying, you're wasting my time, call to her, you're just an effing little girl, whatever that is, why are you working here, or all that kind of stuff, being abusive. And the whole thing, and obviously what I'm glad about her though, yeah, because this is the problem. This is the problem I have. I have this issue. When it comes to things like customer service, yeah, this whole saying like the customer's always right, it's a myth. Customer's not always right, because customer's a human being like everybody else. Because establishments are so focused on serving people, and in exchange for that they take money from people. That's how their business works. A lot of them are prepared to kiss ass to the point where their own employees that work there have to suffer anything, and I find it disgusting. I find it so disgusting that this is okay. When I used to work for an estate agent, I had this all the time, and the managers would get onto you because in their mind, the person that's calling is coming to do business with you. They're going to get a payment. So what it sounds like, unless I've misunderstood what she was saying, because she goes on to quite a bit. She explains that how She's told the manager what's happened, like, and then she's like, well, why are we still serving him? Why are we still serving him? Because the way he's moving. So also she's expecting him to be. The manager's probably thinking, oh man, nah man, he's not a customer. That's another pay. That's more money in our pockets, or the company's pockets, and disregarding the welfare of her staff member that she's employed, her employee, or the establishment's employee. And I think that's wrong. And this is the problem. You're rewarding bad behaviour. You should be setting an example. Like he should, if he's doing that, he should be removed from the premises. If he's gonna be abusive to staff members that work at Nando's, and all due respect, you do a very tough job. I know for a fact that if you work at Nando's, none of the staff get paid enough to put up with being verbally abused, and definitely not getting assaulted with a plate with cutlery on it. That can leave you with all kind of nasty injuries. Yeah, it's just wrong. And another thing is, what's she saying about the police? So police was actually happened to be present in the restaurant as well at the same time this is all going on. So obviously, I'm going to assume as a woman, she decided to go to a female officer first, understandably so. Obviously, you could go to any of them if there's only men, you go, but you call. And the female officer didn't even sound bothered. Speak to the colleague. Like, what? To speak to the colleague. Okay, cool, speak to the colleague. Say that the man's assaulted you. And then it turns out that the police were like, oh, they ended up having like banter with the perpetrator and his wife, because apparently the wife actually ran after calling a fat bitch. Because what was weird, because in the footage, obviously the footage we saw, the wife looked shocked that the husband whacked her with the plate in the first place. So apparently now the wife is the one who's also chasing up verbally and assaulting her as well, setting a nasty example to their little kid, or the toddler or baby, whatever it is. Yeah, toddler. That's meant to be in the high chair. That's disgusting. This is the fact that the assault's caught on CCTV as well. I don't know how that's happened. How does that get caught on CCTV? Now the husband's now trying to say like, oh, apparently, according to her, that she threatened him or something. And obviously she says, look, the guy's like 6 foot something. I'm like some small. That's not actually proof. That's not evidence, by the way, to say that you didn't threaten him. Yeah, so we can't use, if I'm being objective, and I'm being completely honest, that can't be used as actual evidence to say that you've not threatened someone, you've not threatened him because he's 6 foot. A lot of people, anyone can threaten anyone. A 5'2" person can, like a 4'11" person can threaten, I don't know, Anthony Joshua who's 6'6". Do you know what I mean? Because a threat is a verbal kind of altercation. That's what the definition of a threat, a verbal promise of harm. That's what a threat is. So like, it's not exclusive to size or gender or whatever. But besides the point, yeah, the police sound very incompetent, and this is very scary. The Met Police again, known for probably the most incompetent police force and the most bad reputation in the whole entire country. Manchester's getting a bad reputation as of recently because of what's happening with the airport incident, yeah. But like the Met Police, oh my god. I always find it weird when a police person says, when a police officer asks to the alleged victim, yeah, what do you want to happen? I always think I know for a fact, yeah, you're not serious, yeah. Why are you asking the victim what you want to happen? It's like a dumb teacher at school or dumb TA at school, yeah, where something's happening to you and then they ask the student, oh, what do you want to happen? You can't take it upon yourself to enforce consequences, like proper consequences. Like, what are you on about? What are you talking about? And obviously, this girl will ask, I want to press charges, and rightly so. You don't get paid enough to be getting verbally abused by customers and then getting assaulted and getting greeted with a physical assault. Yeah, and then apparently they're saying that they can't. They're saying that she can't prove. That doesn't make sense, because I think she said something about that. She can't prove It was either in this video or maybe I screen capped another one. But she can't. She, from what I saw, they said that she can't prove that she didn't say something to him. That he didn't say something to her about. No, she didn't threaten him. That doesn't make sense. In the court of law, how it works is the accused is not supposed to find them. They don't prove innocence. You need to prove that they're guilty. You said there was no. I think there's something about no audio that was captured or something like that. So it doesn't make no sense. So he can't say you could. So how can you say use that to sorry, guys, I'm hungover. Guys, I'm hungover, man. Well, so semi-hungover. You can't use that to say that the guy didn't. Bro, guys, I'm butchering this, Lloyd. Matting, yeah. You can't say that's it. You can't use. You can't go with the guy's word, guy's word because you got no proof of it. So you can't. That doesn't make no sense. He can't prove that she said that, but we can prove that you whacked her. Well, the facts show, which where the cameras picked up, is that that he's physically assaulted her with a plate in the face, and that's assault. That's on CCTV. So how can there be no detail in her words? No details was taken, no arrest, nothing. And then apparently it came out saying that they made a mistake later on. Like, actually, no, we did get it wrong. The police, like, you can't put that down to a bad day, man. That's disgusting. That guy should be facing prosecution, and she should be trying hard to press charges. I hope she gets her justice because that's out of order. That's out of order. And the manager was having a good look at themselves as well. And the manager should be looked at as well because you're enabling this bad behaviour from customers just because you want to take their little 18. I know the price of Nando pretty gone up. But you want to take their 14 to 18 pound for some spicy rice, garlic bread, and some chicken wings. That's my order a lot of the time I go to Nando's. That's why I say that. Yeah. Like, come on, like, that's not on. And what will happen is all it takes is to spread the word that, listen, I've been assaulted by there, don't work for there, the manager's not gonna back you, and that kind of stuff. And then spread. We've got social media these days, and she could use that footage, that's circulating around, and go and spread that because that's not the camera don't lie. But that's for the police, yeah. And it's also with the whole like violence against women thing on the whole rise. All this is gonna do as well. This is gonna make more women like not feel confident in talking to police about the violence because they feel like the police don't do nothing, and then you get things like that. And the fact that it makes it even worse that it's a female officer as well. Like, your first thought was to pass it off to the male colleague. Why? She came to you, and you're saying speak to the male colleague. What, were you too busy tucking into your butterfly chicken burger? Your peri chips, your chicken, like, what was it? Why did you pass it off? And if he spoke to him, he didn't do anything about it either. You guys are, they're out of order. She should make a complaint on his police behalf as well for not doing their job because that's dangerous. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that yes, you probably went into Nando's to eat. But you're always on duty. You're always going to be on duty. That's why you start to the job. Otherwise, why are you in that job? You're wearing that uniform. When you're in that uniform, you can't be like, I don't want to be bothered. I'm in that uniform. That's what you sign up to. When there's a problem, they're going to come to you because you're dressed as a copper. Well, you are a copper. So they're going to come to you. If you weren't a copper, she wouldn't know to come to you. So you probably clear out. I'm assuming you're in uniform. Otherwise, you're a police officers. Come on, man. Not on. But what I do wonder what goes behind closed doors with that man. Like, if you're doing that so blazing in a restaurant, like, so blazantly, like, you're not even hiding your nastiness, yeah. Why did the wife feel the need to also chase her? What does she get abused at home? Is it like, I feel like I've got to back my man in public, even though he's out of order, because if I don't, then I'm gonna get it at home? Because When the assault happened, she looked shocked, like, whoa, what's going on? That's what it looked like anyway from the CCTV footage. And now apparently, according to this girl, she was chasing her, calling them a fat bitch. So, what? It's all like actually following her after, like, basically harassing her, calling her that, like chasing her down. So, yeah, man, it's all mad. But that's an update, guys, for you. Yeah, I got it completely wrong. But that's why I do these updates, but I'll be a bad independent, up and coming journalist, or whatever you want to call me, if I didn't, like, you know, try and report and update things as well. I'm trying to get better and all of that. Anyway, guys, please, if you like this video, please like this video, subscribe if you're new around here, comment down below, try and write some comments that actually make sense, or try and please, guys, just before I go, yeah, respectfully, some comments I'm not understanding what you guys saying. Some of you are just writing little sound bites. Like someone the other day just put on another video about this, they just wrote Muslim man. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you think would mean Muslim man? What, are you saying that the guy's a Muslim? Or you say something else? Like, guys, please write. If you want to write comments, please write comments that I can actually understand. But just write little two words. I'm actually saying what are you actually saying, or unless you're just doing trolling. But anyway, guys, please like this video, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Peace.